Well, it's a wonderful question. We can go back to the New Deal. And of course, the context for the New Deal was the Great Depression and the extreme want and fear that people felt. Roosevelt proposes his 4 freedoms. Someone can correct me if I'm going to rely on President Garvey for this. John, if I get this one wrong, help me. I think they fundamentally boil down to freedom of speech, freedom of religion and conscience, freedom from fear, and freedom from want.
Yeah.
Have I got this right? So it's a kind of combination there of negative rights and positive rights. So it's deeply embedded in at least that kind of progressive strand of American and not just European thought. It's a good point and a fair one that you've made there. Where I think things tend to go wrong is when we conceive of political theory or social theory more generally as having essentially 2 players, the state and the individual. And then the whole game is to design the proper relationship of the state to the individual. What this leaves out of the picture are Burke's little platoons, the institutions of civil society that carry the lion's share of the burden of providing health, education, and welfare, and which can be enervated, undermined, displaced when the state moves in too aggressively and begins to take over those roles, undermining the authority and integrity and autonomy of the family, the religious community, the mutual aid society. And that happens both on the left and on the right. Much libertarian thought does tend to see the contest as between the state and the individual and want to put the thumb heavily on the scales in favor of the individual.